Right about now, every single person on the internet is talking about Animal Crossing New Horizons, but I recently started replaying Stardew Valley, and it has brought me, I think, a similar peace of mind that Animal Crossing has for others. Stardew Valley is a game that many of you have probably already heard of. It's such a simple concept. You move to a farm, and you tend to that farm. You make money, you talk to villagers, you fish. Everything is just so simple. But yet, I think that is what makes games like Stardew Valley so fun. I myself am an avid League of Legends player. I play the game for at least 2 hours a day, and it really gets my blood pumping. Everything in that game is just so chaotic, and it can make you really upset when you lose. Of course, that can happen in other games that are not competitive, but I'm just speaking from my own recent experiences. But, at least for me, Stardew is a game that never makes me mad. I jump into this world of just bliss. The moment you walk out of your house in the morning, calming music starts playing. I'm able just to do simple tasks for that little dopamine release it gives me, and feel excited without having to give all my effort or time to feel like I really accomplished anything in the game. After you walk out of your house in the morning, you go and water your crops, or do whatever your morning routine is, and then you can literally do whatever you want. I think this is what Stardew Valley really shines at. The game just lets you get lost into its world by giving you so many simple tasks that you can complete at your own pace. Every single task that is provided is just something so simple, but it'll make you feel accomplished when you're done. You get that little noise whenever you sell something and you see in the top right your gold goes up. The little dialogue that pops up when you finish a request for an NPC. The small cutscenes that will happen as you bring your friendship level higher with those NPCs throughout the game of Stardew. It's so simple, yet, at least for me, it brings this warmness to my heart. I can't really explain it. I know this may make me sound like I don't have any real friends or social interactions, but I digress. The simplicity brought forward in this game is what really makes it so special, and the ability to just sit back, relax, farm parsnips, and decompress makes this game incredibly appealing for me and many others. Stardew Valley's simplicity is really what makes the game shine. It might not be the gameplay that some want, but it is really appealing to a lot of people. With zero stress, no deadlines, and a relaxing soundtrack to back it up, Stardew Valley is a perfect example of how video games can be fun without having to be hunched forward in gamer pose and be screaming into a microphone. Another thing that I want to talk about is Stardew's pacing. At first, Stardew Valley may seem overwhelming, but through playing for the first few weeks, you harvest your parsnips, you talk to new villagers in town, you buy new crops, and you kind of figure out all the new game mechanics, and then the community center is introduced to you. I think that the community center is actually a perfect example of a good way to control pacing in an open-ended game like Stardew. You begin to slowly unlock new content through this community center that you can complete at your own pace. You don't even have to mess with the community center through your entire playthrough if you don't want to, but its leak of new content is honestly pretty well done. After you complete one thing, it unlocks the availability of another that may make it easier to complete another task at the community center. This is a great way to expose the player to new content throughout the game without just dumping it all on them at the beginning. You slowly have to work your way through and actually unlock the content, which I think is lost a lot of the time through newer games. The community center helps the player find new items and unlock new experiences throughout the game without overloading the player with new information after the initial dump at the beginning of the game. Stardew has wonderful pacing, and I think that it is one of the things that helps it stay so peaceful and simplistic. I suppose what I'm trying to say in this short video is that Stardew and games like it have this charm and enjoyment that the players will experience through the simplicity of mechanics in the game. Not everyone wants to learn combos or the correct macro and micro play of a game to enjoy it. Sometimes you just want to click your left mouse button, reel in a fish, listen to the music present, and just drift off into that world.